Hey guys, it's watercolor day and I'm working on I think my fourth bird tutorial since I've started the channel. I like working with birds. They're great little demos to do. They're low impact, you can get them done pretty quick, and that's what we're doing today. A nice little down and dirty bird, and it's this bird right here. Nice little bird. I'm not sure what kind of bird it is, but he's a pretty cool looking bird. Lots of yellow and very vibrant colors against some neutral colors, and we're going to get started on that right now. We're going to start out with our stage one blocking and get a nice color background worked in real quick. We got some greens, we got some blues in the background, so I'm going to mix up a couple of puddles right here on my palette. It looks kind of like an ultramarine, maybe a bit of cerulean. All right, so these are going to be fairly thin washes, out of focus, wet on wet once I start applying them. My initial application will be wet on dry, but as it's still wet, I'm working on a Canson paper, so it's that fast paper, so I'll have to be pretty much ready to go with my other colors. So let's go. Okay, work with as big a brush as you can. Okay, we're going to throw that color right in there. We're going to start feathering it out, get a little bluer as it comes down. Okay, I'm going to unload my brush a little bit and we'll just start pulling that color on down. And let's get a little more of that blue. There we go. Put it right up here. Did a real quick sketch. It wasn't a highly detailed sketch, just enough to give me the shape of the bird. Come right up underneath it. There we go. It's kind of a blue-green down there, so it's not necessarily 100% true to the photo, but it has character, and that's one of the key things we're going to do and worry about. Throw a little more of that blue right down there and let it. So we have pretty much blocked the background. Got a little Mr. Bead here and there. Try not to overwork it. And as that is drying, I'm going to get just a bit of an earth tone. Get kind of a neutral gray in with that blue. I'm going to just block in real quick the shadow side of that branch. It just needs some color, some hue on it as a base. There we go. All right, and I know that's just driving people crazy right there, so, but I'm just going to leave it be, so we can deal with that later. I'm going to get a bigger round brush real quick. I'm going to block in that color on the back part of the wings, and it's kind of a bluish purple, neutral, steel color. All right, so it's got a nice tinge to it. I want to kind of I do kind of want a warmish, reddish overall tint to it. So this is dried enough already that I can come in and I'll just quickly establish the base color for these feathers back here. Okay. And we'll just come in, wrap it around, right up in here, a couple of spots. There we go. That doesn't take long. I don't have a lot of highlights to worry about. So we'll just block in some nice color. And again, it dries lighter than it goes down. All right. Then I'm going to do the same thing, going to get just a little more blue. And I'm going to touch in the color on the feet real quick. There we go. There we go. We'll get this side over here. All right, and then last but not least, I'm going to use some of that same color. I'm going to hit the beak. Feather out the top edge right there. All right, and last but not least, I'm going to get a little more of that ultramarine blue, fairly dense, fairly dark, and I'm just going to drop a little bit of it up here on the eye. That'll be our base color, so when we really come after it with some contrast, it's going to look really nice. Okay. And while that's all kind of drying, let me feel it. Oh yeah, that dried very quick. This Canson paper is a fast paper. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up some yellow. All right, I'm going to start out with a fairly thin yellow. And I'll just drop it in. Plenty of pigment on the board. And we're just going to get some variations happening. Start beginning development of some of that modeling. There we go. So we have pretty much the whole thing blocked out. So we just need to let it dry for a second. We'll come back in and start finding some other shapes and some other colors. And I could probably, because it's drying so fast, this was the last area that I worked on. So it's still a little damp. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this bluish color and mix it in with some yellow. I'm going to just throw another third color into it right up here, and I'll keep punching in a little more of the yellow on the back side of that head right there. Kind of comes around right up into this area. There we go. All right, so now I think while that's drying, I'm going to work a little bit of some, I'm going to get a little smidge of purple. And I'm going to glaze that in right up underneath here. It's a nice contrast color. And now we're going to start building some of that modeling with that purple. I want to get a little of the green too. It transitions into more of a green right back here. I'll feather that out. Just a nice color transition right there. Right here. There we go. All right, yeah, now I'm working with contrasting colors, so this can spiral out of control pretty quickly if you're not careful. It can go muddy pretty quick. All right, and as that's drying, I'm going to get a little touch of orange, and I'm going to hit some of the spots right up here on the head. A little bit right back here, and right back in here, so for a little more of that red and orange right back there. So that's working pretty good. I'll throw a little more of it right up in this area. I do see right down here, there's a nice little spot right down in here too. Glaze a little more right in there. All right. We're going to let that dry, and I'm going to get out my smaller round brushes, and we're going to start doing some detail and texture work. And this little bird should come together pretty quick. So, all right, it has dried for a few minutes, and I can probably get started. I see a couple of wet spots still hanging tough in there, but I'm going to go ahead and start mixing up the contrast. I'm going to start doing a little drawing with these fine brushes, and hopefully not let it get too linear, but still try to keep it kind of a nice soft watercolor effect to it. Okay, it's voiceover Rusty jumping in here. I noticed as I was editing this part, actually I've noticed it through the whole piece, that my microphone was bouncing against my iPhone as I was filming, and it was causing quite a disturbing bumping sound in the audio. So I just stripped out the audio, and I'm going to just do a voiceover on this part. This is stage 3, and we're working in all the detail, structure, contrast, textures, and all the fun stuff that takes the longest. It really makes the colors pop, adds the definition. I've blocked in a whole range of colors on the back side of the bird with the tail feathers. Just bouncing around, working my way around, adding some structure and shadow, starting to come in and add that structure to the wings, individual feathers, just quick marks, structural marks. Working with a fairly thick mixture, probably coffee towards milk consistency. Blocking in some areas, washing it out, feathering it a little bit, working in some of the nice ultramarine colors into the feathers, onto the feet, onto the beak. So I'm just going to bounce around, finding the details, working on that little eye. Really popping in some contrast, definition, where the head connects to the shoulders, the underneath side of the body. Again, still working on that shadow area where those two wings meet. There's a nice deep shadow there. More structure on the tail feathers. I'm working with a number 1 round brush right there. Now I'm intensifying that patch right on the back of the bird. Has kind of a greenish brownish feel to it. textural, so I did a lot of dry brush right there, adding in some oranges on the front, on the face of the bird, little warmer tones, more so than on the back of the bird, and intensifying that ultramarine. A little warmth on that one feather back there, that wing feather. And now shadowing in, doing a little of the structural work on the branch. There's a shadow right under the bird, pretty dense shadow. It's a greenish color. Cool color is mixed in there as well. That's wet on dry, but while it's still wet, I mix in a secondary color and the two meld. A little touch of blue off of the side onto the bottom. Some dry brush for texture. Kind of a crunchy feel to it. A little more structure. Doing some cross contour work on the branch. These are textural marks on the bird now. Just for a little more contrast. Working on that foot, that leg. So yeah, you can see how I just kind of bounce around the whole piece, looking for the areas that need the work. That little dab of color was for form. And that intense yellow was for saturation. And I pulled out the white out. So now you know we're approaching the end of the piece. I'm kind of coming back in, rescuing any of the highlights. Some highlights on the feet, on the beak, and the eyes, on the wings. And even on the branch. There we go. All right. Anyway, there we go. We have a nice little yellow bird all ready to fly off into the sky, working with our states and stages of watercolor and a very fast Canson paper so we can get this tutorial done as a down and dirty. I wonder if it qualifies. I'll have to check once we edit. So anyway, if you got any value out of this tutorial, please give me a like and a subscribe. Head over to my Patreon page if you like what I'm doing on this channel, would like to support me financially. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next tutorial.